are joined by many community leaders, organizers, residents, parents, grandparents, guardians, and kids. Kids from our neighborhood. Kids who have been struggling to keep themselves in school and receive a quality education. Today, we're going to a public hearing where we are being told as a community we must accept what would be the decision on behalf of the Department of Education to co-locate another charter school in this district. Today, you are in School District 14. This school building is MS 50, the John D. Wells Middle School. This middle school has been home to a beacon program, taking care of our kids, taking care of our families. The message today has to be clear. I am the council member who represents this district. My name is Diana Reyna, and I represent Los Sures.
Yeah!
Los Sures is here, presente today. Los Sures, who has been struggling with displacement, gentrification issues, the lack of affordable housing. We are losing our schools, we're losing our churches, we're losing our businesses. This is a community that is struggling to preserve itself. Today we are here to tell the Department of Education they must be responsible for the education of our children in the city of New York, in the community of Los Sures. Any failure assumed by our students is a failure on their minds, hearts, and soul. It is the responsibility and the failure of the Department of Education, not only our students. They have to be held accountable for the neglect and abandonment it has had on our community. The children of this district have a basic right, human right, to quality education. The department has shown it is not capable of providing that quality education to our students in this community that has struggled with the same issue since the 1960s, when our buildings were burning and there was flight out of this neighborhood, and the immigrant community remained and fought to preserve their homes, preserve an education building, preserve to have classrooms for their kids. During a time of so much segregation, the department is now under mayoral control. It has led to the lack of empowerment, engagement, and overall participation of integral stakeholders in the community of every child. This system has left all decision-making to one entity that has left the community and its leaders in the dark, with very little power to responsibly assist. They don't want community participation. This isn't about community.
Right.
The Department of Education has chosen to allow for one school with little to no experience in educating English language learners or special needs children. One school that has made it clear they prefer students to not come from majority low-income communities or Latino communities. One school whose leadership has not worked with the Southside community to develop a strategic plan for their children. They have chosen to stay out of this community by having forum as early as the summertime of last year and waited to translate into Spanish any documents that would have afforded this community any information regarding this proposed charter school. A school that does not address the over-enrollment in our middle schools. A school that further exacerbates the underutilization of our elementary schools throughout our district. We are at half, if not less, capacity in every school building. We have been asking calling and begging the Department of Education to deal with this issue with an overall comprehensive plan. It has failed to do so. One school has been chosen whose entire board of directors is correlated to money, not education. One school whose leadership openly targets gentrified communities like Harlem and Mott Haven, and now they have set their sights on Williamsburg. There's a common denominator here, all of whom have gone through a rezoning. One school whose practices incite discrimination and displacement. This is not the school we need. This is not the school that our community has asked for. This is not the school we will accept as a community. This is the community of Los Sures, of Greenpoint, Williamsburg. This is one community standing together. The Department of Education has received an F on behalf of our community because it has earned an F in dealing with a corrective action plan that we can hold them accountable for. They are the first ones to grade our schools, and yet they don't grade themselves. The Department of Education deserves what letter? What letter? I want to call on my colleagues of government who have been staunch advocates on the same message to the Department of Education, calling upon the Chancellor, calling upon the Deputy Mayor, calling upon the Mayor himself. I'd like to call Evelyn Cruz, the representative of our